Hello there, YouTube. Welcome. I bet you were wondering why the last part ended so abruptly. Haha. Well, guess what? I had a very unfortunate power cut, and now we're back. Well, somewhat. I believe we're a bit further back, but we'll still start from here to help those that were watching on Twitch. Help them ease into the big old gap that we have. Okay. So, let us start anew. Oh God, I've already forgotten the accent I've used for Sherlock Holmes. Or my bad, Herlock Sholmes. I'm not. He's completely different. He's not Sherlock. He's Herlock. The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific, designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug? Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? Mr. Naruhodo? Of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea. Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What? Mr. Sholmes? Well, seaman? I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. Oh my God. For aiding and abetting a renegade. Oh. Please, no more. I will tell everything. I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. His crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. We all agreed to help. Everyone together. She threw away everything. For fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe this. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. And, you cannot make all drug. How do you say dissolve? Heavy seasoning. At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. All the passengers of the SS Buria slept soundly. Thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained. So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who just like chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's back cabin door. But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Ah, of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins. After which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Sleeping drug. Quite. And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night. Yes. The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway. So not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. You have talked a long time and said many things. What is the point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's true identity. Someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night.
But... I don't know about any of this. I am just a little girl.
You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. A laudable trait. What? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? Do you hear it? That accusatory cry of guilt on the wind. What accusatory cry of guilt? Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man. You can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? I believe the time has come for one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow, like I said, of these two prevaricators. There we go. Observation? If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened. Precisely. You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright. I'll see what I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there. Who was there last night when Kazuma died. Chunky arms. This? Some kind of stain? An unusual place.
Yes, you're right. It looks like ink, if I'm not mistaken.
Color too. It's clear this came from.
Yes!
Seaman Stroganoff, you seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. So, nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain. What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of the stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. A very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform.
I think what made it is clear.
Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it.
My pleasure.
Alright, the evidence that proves what that stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is. My university collar pin. That's right, I can't actually do that. Take a hit, it'll be over.
Yes!
Yes! It's this photograph! And the ink it shows! That's what caused the stain on your uniform! Ink? A rather unusual color of ink. Purple. Ugh! Ah, the penny drops. At last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is, and the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color. Oh God, my mouth, it's all run dry. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilled. All right. Yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. I arranged everything in Dead Student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Then I pressed button to make Buria do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel.
Beef, please.
Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty, patrolling passageway. When our angel came to me. She was white like sheet.
Beef, please, you must help me.
I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. I looked inside. I saw a student boy on the floor. What happened here?
Please, don't tell anyone. My little furry friend.
Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told me. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin, and he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor. If he broke his neck, especially from like the back, he would rather be turned around, right? Yes, that is right. So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers, only to find his occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on the floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked, so she opened to look and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I already told you. When Nina opened door of student's cabin and looked inside,
I was asking Miss Pavlova.
well, Miss Pavlova?
Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand. And I believe you.
So is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Ah! Something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled, However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural. What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, well,
Kazuma tripped and fell. Some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck. Which part of this photograph print seems unnatural? Personally, I definitely think it was the body. When did it last save? Nah. We'll figure it out.
Yes!
It must be here. Surely. Allow me to offer you a piece of advice regarding the pursuit of detection, my dear fellow. When noting a crucial point, it can be helpful to keep your eyes open. They were open. And it can be equally helpful to use them. Sorry. I'll try that. Lol. Hey, AJ. Sadly, Mr. Naruhodo, despite being all about trifles, great deduction is no trifling matter. There is no place for guesswork. Ugh. Sorry. I'm afraid you have developed a shocking habit for it. It's quite destructive to the logical faculty. Reasoning is an art, and there are only so many times you can erase your work. In other words, I need to think everything through again from the start.
don't lose heart, Naruhodo-san. I believe in you. Those eyes of yours won't let you down. I'm sure they'll help you find the truth in the end.
Right. I need to put trust in my own observational skills.
The key to this is a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure. When you chase that down,
maybe the truth will become clear.
The truth about how you really died. How the scene in your cabin came to be.
All right. See what I can do. Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
So then, shall we begin? Oh, okay. So literally just start this all over again. Okay. Where is this autosave? What called the purple stain?
Yes!
Oh shit, I can skip through all this. Boom! Alright, on we go. Because, like, if this was an accident and he fell back and broke his neck, well, I'd imagine he fell back. He might have fallen face forwards, dead. Because, like, I pointed out his back, right? And then he may be holding something in his hand? Yeah. I really should have saved. Oh. Oh, shit! Alright, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then his fist just doesn't seem quite right. The fuck? The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there? My dear fellow.
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please.
Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? Oh, what? This is what I found.
Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle.
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us? It tells us, fucking, the ballerina's lying like a bitch. She was gonna blame her cat. Oh, fuck. It tells us nothing. I'm not so sure. That crescent moon it looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? This is the final clue. The last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes.
She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells. Oh, what's that?
Oh, what's that? There's something dangling down from her ear.
Yes, that's an earring.
Wait.
Look! It's a crescent moon!
Ah! No doubt now, Shirley. But her name isn't Shirley. It's Nicolina.
Yes!
Miss Pavlova, on your ear there. I see you have a crescent moon as well. Oh! What? And on your other ear, there seems to be a crescent moon missing. The little link holding it must have broken, I suppose. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there's only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Angel. No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, I noticed that she was wearing one earring on one ear when looking around her, but on the other ear there was no earring. I was all like, well, I guess it's just fashion. And then when Sholmes just pulled that shit out, I'm all like, oh no, impossible.
When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship, And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible long day. Danica, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back.
What? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
The young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin.
Just a moment. Sorry, but...
Oh, yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
Yeah. Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on the ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing at Shanghai at the moment.
I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see. So you've run away.
Please. Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him?
Now he's gonna go away. He's gonna go like Caprionosuke. Oh man, how unfortunate.
Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted, and then... Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And... as he turned around to look at me... Oof. I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I wanted to stop him from telling anyone about me.
And that's when you went to fetch help. From Steven Stroganov, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor. So I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Biff."
If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go.
So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did. So that no one would suspect a passenger in the cabin next door? Yes. I went to the cabin, looked around, to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway, in wardrobe, still sleeping.
Right. That's when he found me. So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper signs.
Luckily for me, that's the only reason Sato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent.
I dragged young man's body to a good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote, what the fuck was that called? I still have it in my phone. Oh wait, garderobe. So that person who found them would look inside wardrobe and find the stowaway.
And tell me, what of the glass bell?
It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
An angel went back to her cabin, and I finished job.
By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway.
Yes.
Accordingly, the SS Buria did indeed come to an emergency halt a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said that Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. It's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if you had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem?
It was what he said first that made me scared.
What he said first? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh. I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Yes, meaning me, who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
I thought that if the police knew about me, they would arrest me. Arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, I... May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but... he was a man of his word. If he told you he wasn't going to give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done.
No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not done, it seems. There's still one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at that moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy. I remember every detail of that. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is how the cabin looked last night, when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama?
Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. It's one thing I've learned today. Is that a simple gaze can reveal all manner of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it leads. So, when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? soundly. Too soundly. Chicken that was laced with a sleeping drug. If only he'd woken me up. Maybe this trash would never have happened.
Take that!
Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly. Ah! Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. What were Mr. Azogi's exact words last night? Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. Another opinion? Yes, but I'm a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if, between them, they might be able to help in some way. No doubt. Oh. No. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had. Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did. And that will never change. You'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really, I'm so sorry. What have I done? So, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Burya is finally laid to rest. 9th January, 7:14 p.m. SS Burya. First class cabin passenger. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort that out. Mr. Schultz can do that. So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. I see. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff? I wanted to help her Angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you. About how you lost a good friend. I will go with me now. I will give myself to British police. It's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death isn't such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Duh. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to hand you over to the consul to arrange a passage back to Japan. Yes. I did stow away after all. Couldn't really expect any different. So, should get back to your cabin now. Looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun, then. I think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. It seems like a distant memory now. Oh. What's that? Is it someone weeping? Sato-san?
Naruto-san, I didn't know you had returned.
Well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack. You know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that.
I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over. Just like that.
Susato-san.
He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away. He has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruto-san. It's just too much.
Yes. I know. Wish there was something I could say.
Inspector.
My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed. It cost his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. I'm free again now, at least. Huh? Surprise, Mr. Naruto! What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway, after all. You think this is funny?
Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Not at all. Not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port, in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was a stowaway. The terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be? In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. No. I don't care for me, but... poor Susato-san. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. Huh?
But there is no one else with necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
yes.
Miss Susato,
Yes?
do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law?
No, I'm not, but
I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo?
That's ridiculous! Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out! I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector. Every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? Kazuma. He said there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. Anyway, it's for my own benefit, too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Mr. Sato?
I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you.
So, what does our bespectacled...
Bespectacled, son of a bitch!
So what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, no, no! It's madness! Yet fascinating. Wouldn't you agree? Fascinating? Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest. Give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character. No? Oh. And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector! After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
A bit of an American accent there. Oops. If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. Well, to be fair, a lot of my acting is really just American accent. Good on American. We need to discuss what to do next. How best to make my report.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer.
we'd be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all.
Thank you.
And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this.
What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Osogi clan for generations.
Very well. I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Miss Susato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes! That's exactly what I need.
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you two.
Goodness, what is it?
Please throw me to the ground. 3 times.
What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course, you would have never done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away. The cabin door was locked from— No! I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. Not just once, but 5 times.
The number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must. Just take a hold of me and throw me. Do it! Don't even think about it.
No! I don't even know how! I've never thrown anyone in my life! Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Mr. Sholmes.
I observed your throwing technique sometimes with great interest. I confessed, I was most impressed. Where did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling?
Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling but my own interpretation of ancient jujitsu technique.
Oh, you're right, jujitsu. There you go. Apparently, it's called the Susato Takedown. It leaves your head swimming. Believe me. How beguiling. I am a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Oh God, not me. Please, not me.
Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry?
Hi. As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh yes, arresting indeed. This is what you term the Susato Takedown, is it?
Actually, no, that was a Susato squash.
Oh God. Lots of studying for everybody involved. In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Karuma? That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Osogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking your katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, sure. The Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I cannot be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels the wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling.
On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do with Great Britain. I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I appreciate you seeing it through with me.
Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
An important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. But I'm going to see the place for myself. Work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. Crash course candidate. Save current progress. Yes, please. All right. So there definitely was like an extra hour there. Extra hour content. So I still would have had to leave at some point in time to go pick up my niece. So I'm happy we got all that done. Ha ha! That was what, about 7 hours maybe altogether. Okay then. Now we gotta say, oh god, I'm already misclicking everything. We gotta say that this is going to be the end of the stream. So I'm going to first start checking to see who's online. This button. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't start as early as I thought. So yeah, you're right. Who is online that we can raid? Oh. Yeah, one of the people that I watch Final Fantasy 14, Wobbleline. He's online right now. Is he online with his girlfriend? Absolutely. Oh god, an ad. Never mind. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, AJ. I try my best. And by try my best, I mean, just kind of half-ass through it. Hope for the best. Okay, so we're gonna go raid Wabba. Wobbleline. Give him all the love you give me. Because he's actually moving up in the world. He's 20 followers.